First Samuel 13, let's call this one Saul at his worst. Let's subtitle it Viral Part 2. Maybe subtitle even further, likes, because to put it in modern terms, Saul is going to get a taste of what it's like to go viral. He's going to get addicted to his likes, and it's going to cause him to make some bad decisions. Why? Because in this chapter, we are going to get to see Saul's going to have a pretty good son by the name of Jonathan. Jonathan is going to go out and win an early victory against the Philistines, and Saul is going to essentially blow the trumpet. The Philistines are going to get word of it. They're not going to like it, but it's going to become even more of an issue when Saul wants to make it known throughout Israel. Why? Because he understands that at least part of his mission is to help deliver Israel from Philistine oppression. So as we've seen before, when Joshua won early victories, those early victories simply made his enemies even more angry. And that's what's going to happen to Saul here. So after he blows the trumpet and once again tells Israel to rally, not just against the Ammonites, but against the Philistines now. The Philistines are going to amass a much larger army. And that's going to help provoke Israel to do some soul searching. They're not sure they're ready. So they're going to go hide in caves. And that is going to embolden the enemy a little bit more, we're going to see later on. But before we get there, we're going to see that as the Israelites begin to scatter, so is Saul's confidence. So the confidence he had when his son won an early victory, provoking him to blow the trumpet and tell everybody to gather up for war, when Samuel has promised that he would come, or said he would come in 7 days to offer the sacrifice. Saul's going to get desperate and probably make a little bit too much of that statement that he heard from Samuel. Once the Spirit of God rushes upon you, do whatever your hand finds to do. And he's going to forget that he still has some boundaries on the scope of his responsibility. You see, because as king, he's still not priest. So once he sees the people scattering, he's going to want to expand his office into the office of priest. He's going to want to offer the sacrifice since Samuel is not there. He's going to make it clear why. Not only now, but later on when Samuel comes and says, "What have you done?" He's going to say, "I saw the people scattering." And essentially, it goes back to the title, likes. Because in modern terms, it can be really difficult if you've had a taste of popularity, realizing how difficult it can be to maintain, to get caught up in our likes. So, reminded me of a story I think I heard somebody on the radio making a joke about how they were able to keep their following up. And they mentioned something I can't mention here. They talked about a really simple, crude way that they mentioned to keep their likes up, realizing that a lot of it just goes into tapping into that part of the attention span that just needs to be stimulated, whether it's rational or not. They talked about sometimes you just got to give the people what they want. That's what's getting Saul in trouble here. His desire to simply give the people what they want is going to lead him to go too far. So when we're looking at Saul at his worst here, it's only one of about 3 things we're going to see over the next few chapters that is going to help us understand what Saul looks like after the pivot takes place in his life, and he is no longer having to deal with the pressure of being small in his own eyes, but now he's going to have to deal with the pressure of having been successful and feeling what it's like to potentially lose that. So as we mentioned before, God's best to you as you go forward in him, God willing, in your time of success, being able to let go of your likes enough that you're not tempted to do strange things, just to hold on to that feeling of what it's like to be liked.